Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to create a new API endpoint which will handle any incoming post request on the hotels resource. So if I go to VS Code, currently here we have defined one route for handling any GET request to this endpoint. But using this endpoint, we might also want to create new hotel objects. So in that case, instead of sending a GET request, we will send a POST request. But currently, we have not created any route which can handle POST request. So from the Postman, if I try to send a POST request to this endpoint, let's see what happens. So in this case, you will notice that we are receiving this 404 not found response, and that is correct because we have not defined any route in our Express application which can handle a POST request to this endpoint. So now I'm going to create a new route which will handle a post request on this same endpoint. And to handle post request on this app object, we can call post method, and the first argument of this post method will be the endpoint URL. So again, it should be root URL /API /v1 /hotels. So we don't need to specify root URL. So I'll simply pass /API /v1 /hotels as the endpoint. Again, this v1 is the version for this API endpoint. Then we are going to pass a callback function which will be executed whenever a post request comes to this endpoint. And this callback function is going to receive the request object and it is going to receive the response object. Okay, now, whenever we will make a post request to this endpoint, with that request, we will also have to add some request body for the post request. So for example, here let me make it as get and let me copy this URL. Let's open a new tab and here I'll close this tab and I'll also close this tab. And let's paste that URL, that endpoint. And here we want to make a post request. And when we are making a post request to this URL, basically what we want is we want to create a new hotel object. So the details of that new hotel object we will have to pass in the request body with this post request. So for that, here we will go to this body, and since we want to send a JSON data in the request, I'll select raw, and from this drop down we can select JSON. And here we can specify the JSON data which we want to send in the request body. So what I'll do is from here I will copy one JSON object and let me specify it here. Now remember that when we are going to create a new resource in the backend, there we should not send this ID, basically the unique identifier for that resource from the client. That unique identifier, in our case this ID, it should be generated on the server. So we should never send this unique identifier, this ID from the client. So I will remove this and here let me do some changes. So basically I will simply change the name of the hotel. So I'll call it as Test Heritage Suites. Okay, and rest other things I'll keep as it is. Maybe here I can also change the city. Let's say to Raipur. Okay, so we are going to pass this request data with the body, and using this data, the server should create a new hotel object on the server. Now, how are we going to read this request body from our Express application? For that, remember that Express by default does not add the request body to request object. This request object has a body property. So for example, here let me say console.log, and here on the request object, we have a body property. But Express by default does not add the request body. It does not attach the request body to this body property of this request object. And to show you that, I'm logging the request body here, and from here let's also send some response. So for that, let's say response.send, and from here I'm simply going to send a text message saying created. Okay, if I save the changes here, and now if I go to Postman And from here, if I send this request, in the response we have received created. Now if I go to the terminal, there you will see that when we are logging request.body, it has logged undefined. So as I mentioned, by default, Express does not add, it does not parse the request body which we sent from the client and add it to the body property of the request object. For that, what we need to do is we need to use a middleware. In a very simple term, a middleware is a function which can modify the incoming request in some way. And it is called as middleware because it stands between the request and the response. Now, we have not talked about middleware yet, but we are going to learn about middleware in great detail in our coming lectures. But for now, let's see how we can use a middleware. So to use a middleware, what we need to do is on the app object, we need to call a method called use. And to this use method, we need to pass the middleware which we want to use. As I mentioned, a middleware is nothing but a function. Now here, what we want is we want to pass any JSON data which is coming with the request body, and we want to attach it to this body property of the request object. And for that, we are going to use a middleware provided by Express, which is express.json. Okay, so this express.json, it is a middleware which is used to pass incoming request with JSON payload, and it makes the data available on the body property of the request object. With this, now if I save the changes and now if we make the request, so here we have received this response created, but now if I go to the terminal, there you will see that now the request body is logged here. So this is the same request body which we are sending from Postman by attaching it to the body of this post request. So now we have the request body attached to the request. So we can read that request body using this body property of the request object. So now we are going to write the logic to create a new hotel object, basically to add the new hotel object to this hotels.json file, because right now we are using this JSON file as our data source. We are not using any database solution. So for now, this JSON file is our data source from where we are going to read the data, the hotels data, and where we are going to add new hotels. So the first thing which we are going to do is, as I mentioned, when we send request body, there we do not specify the unique identifier. In this case, I'm not specifying the ID property for this object which we are going to create in the backend. So that ID should be generated on the server. And that's what we are going to do here as the first step. As the first step, we are going to create a new ID for this new hotel object which we are going to create. So here, let me go and let me create a variable. I'll call it as new ID. And to create the new ID, I'm going to write a very simple logic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check what is the ID of the last hotel object. So in this case, the ID of the last hotel object is 5. So I'm going to check what is the ID of the last hotel object, and to that I'm going to add 1. Now in order to get the last hotel object in this hotels array, we are going to specify the index of the last element. So to get the index of the last element on this hotels, first we will use the length property. So this is going to give us the total length of the hotel, and we know that the index of an array starts from 0. So if I say -1 here, in this case it is going to return me the last hotel object from the hotels array. From that hotel object, I'm going to read its ID property. Okay, and to that I'm simply going to add 1, and this is going to give us the new hotel ID. So now we are going to get the hotel object from the client, but in that hotel object we will not have the ID property. So in that hotel object we need to add this ID property. For that, we can go ahead and we can modify the original object, but that I'm not going to do. So basically what we can do is we can create a variable, and here let's say new hotel. This is the variable name, and here I can simply go ahead and I can say request.body. So this body object will not have the ID property. So before that, I can say request.body.id equals new ID. So this also we can do, but what it will do is it will mutate the original request body which we are receiving, and that I don't want to do. So what we can do here is we can use a JavaScript method which is Object.assign, and using this Object.assign method we can combine two objects into a single object. So here I'm going to pass two objects. The first object is going to be an object where I will have the ID property with the value new ID. So whatever value is stored in this new ID variable, that value we want to assign to this ID property. And then the second object will be the object which we are receiving in the request body. So here I can say request.body. So here this assign method, it is going to combine these two objects into a single object, and it is going to return us that object. Now we are going to add this new hotel object to this hotels array. For that, the next step will be to the hotels array, we are going to push this new hotel. Now, as the final step, what we are going to do is we are going to override this hotels.json file. So inside this hotels.json file, we have an array, and in that array, we have some hotel objects. So we are going to override this hotels.json file with this new list of hotels. And for that, inside this callback function, again, I'm going to use the fs module, and on that, I'm going to call write file method. So here I want to write a file asynchronously. Why? Because this callback function will be called every time we get a new request, a new post request to this endpoint. So if we use the sync version of this method, in that case, it will run synchronously and it will block the execution of code. So sync version is the blocking code, right? So here, I don't want to block the event loop whenever we are writing something to this hotels.json file. I want this task to happen asynchronously so that it will be non-blocking. And that's why I'm using the async version of this write file. And here, we need to specify the file path where we want to write something. So in the root folder, we have a data folder. And in that data folder, we have hotels.json file. Okay. And once the write operation is complete, we can pass a callback function as the second argument, and this callback function will be executed once the write operation is complete. So once the write operation is complete, we want to send a response. For that, I'm going to use this response object. On that, first of all, I'm going to use the status property. So since we are creating a new resource using this post method, here, the status code should be 201, which stands for created. Okay, so since we are creating a new resource on the server, the status code should be 201. And then I'm going to use this JSON method to send a JSON response. So here again, I'm going to pass an object. In that object, first I'm going to have a success property. Actually, it should be status property, which I need to set to success. Okay, and then we are going to have a data property, and again I'm going to use enveloping. So here I want to send the newly created hotel object in the response, and I don't want to send it as it is. I want to wrap it within this data property, and from there I want to send that new hotel object. So here the property name I want to specify as hotel, and to this I'm going to assign this new hotel object. So this new hotel object, it has the ID property as well as all the other properties which we received in the request body. So that object I want to send in the response because this is the hotel object which we have just created. And now let's go ahead and let's test this API endpoint from Postman. So again, I want to create this new hotel object on the server. So I'm going to send a post request to this endpoint, and I have already attached the request body. When I click on this send button here, it should send a post request, and you'll see that we have an error and it says we have an internal server error. Let's check the terminal if there is anything which has gone wrong. So it says the CB argument must be of type function. received undefined. So somewhere in our code we have done something wrong. Okay, here we have the problem. So here I'm only passing two arguments, but the second argument here should be the data which we want to write to this hotels.json file. So that I missed here. Okay, so here we want to write this hotels array to this hotels.json file. And this hotels array contains a JavaScript object. So first we need to convert it to JSON string. So for that, I'm going to use JSON.stringify here. And to this stringify method, we are going to pass this hotels object. So it is going to convert this hotels array, which is a JavaScript array, to a JSON string. Okay, so this is what we want to write to the file. Let's save the changes. Let's check the terminal. And now we do not have any error and the server is up and running. Now let's go to Postman and let's make the request. So let me click on this send button and you will see that we have received a response. You will also notice that the status code is 201 created, and here in the response we have the status, which is success, and in the data we have this hotel object, and in that hotel object you will see that the ID is 6, name is the same name which we specified in the request body, then other properties are same which we set in the request body. So here we are properly receiving the response from our post API. And let's also go to hotel.json file, and there you will see that a new hotel object with ID 6 has been added, and the name of that hotel is Test Heritage Suites. So it has also updated the hotel.json file. Now let's go back to Postman. First of all, I will save this post request. So let's click on the save button, and here I'm going to provide a name and I'm going to call it as create new hotel. Okay, I want to save it inside this hotels folder. Let's click on the save button. So that request has been saved. Now let's try to fetch all the hotels. So here, if I make a get request to this API endpoint, it should return me all the hotel objects. So now you will see that the count is 6. And if I scroll down, we should also have this sixth hotel object, which we have just created with the name Test Heritage Suites. Now, some of you might ask me how it is sending all the 6 hotel objects in the response, because here in the code we are reading the hotels.json file only once, and that is when our Express application starts. So after the Express application has started, we have added a new hotel object to this hotels array, but we are not reading the hotels.json file again. So how come when we have made a get request, it has returned us all the 6 hotel objects? So it has returned us all the hotel objects, including the new hotel object which we have just created. How is it possible? This is possible because if you see, when we are making a post request, inside that we are adding the new hotel object which we are creating to this hotels array. So this hotels array, an array is of reference type in JavaScript. So when we are adding it to this hotels array, and then when we are making a get request to fetch all the hotels, here we are sending that hotels array. So this hotels array is pointing to the same hotels array to which we have added the new hotel object. And that's why it is also returning us the newly created hotel object. I hope this is clear. Alright, so this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.